Hey guys, it's Chris Lamm with Commerce Home Mortgage, and this is the market update for September. The first thing I want to do is thank everyone for coming out to our client appreciation event. We had over 400 people as a branch that came out, people we do business with, past clients, and it was a super fun time. Thank you guys for checking that out. I also just wanted to thank everyone for the gifts and phone calls and emails. You know, for those of you that don't know, my wife and I adopted a new boy 3 months ago, almost 4 months ago now. It's gone by pretty quick. But back in May, we adopted little David. He was a brand new baby. And so now we have a 2-year-old, Ariana, and we have a 4-month-old little David in our home. And so I wanted to just share with you guys a couple things that I've learned about myself, and just one thing that I've kind of acknowledged is, number one, you know, there are a lot of people, I have a lot of friends that can go to work and operate on low sleep, and I am just not one of those people. I'm a big wuss when it comes to not sleeping much. I've gone through a lot of tough things in my life, but when it comes to not sleeping, I turn into a big baby. And so that has been a lot of fun this summer, is just learning how to operate on low sleep. I hate to say it, but you know, this last round and with little David, it was not as easy as the first one, although he's doing really well now. The second thing that I've kind of acknowledged is just how amazing moms are. Watching my wife go through this season of having a 2-year-old, which is not easy by any stretch of the imagination, and adding a brand new infant to our home who's up 4, 5, 6 times a night. Man, I just gotta tip my hat to moms. It's incredible to see. It's almost like they have a superpower. I know I certainly can't do it. I feel guilty most days coming to work and be able to do this all day while she's doing that all day, and I just think moms are incredible. A question that I get on a regular basis is, why would we want to go with a company like you when we could go online to some of these online lenders, or, you know, there's this new app where they say you can push a button to get a mortgage? And I thought it was a really good question, just for people to understand the difference between a mortgage banking operation like ours, and there's several others out there throughout the country, or some of these big online brands or the big box banks, etc. And I'm gonna steal 3 things that Marcus, I think is Lemonis, uses in a TV show called The Profit. And number one, it's people. So when you go to a company like ours, the nice thing about working with a company like Commerce Home Mortgage, and like I said, we're not the only company that could brag about this, but it's the people that we have on our team. Not only our underwriters, but our doc drawers, our funders, our underwriters, the salespeople themselves that are experts in helping people structure loans. You know, anyone that's got a loan in the last 5, 6, 7 years knows that it can be anything but easy. There's a lot of documentation required. You really want to make sure that you have someone that's efficient at getting the process done, especially in a market like this where there's a very limited amount of inventory for sale. And so if you're going to make an offer on a house, it could be you and 5 other people looking at the same house. Well, what's not said sometimes is that listing agent, they really want to protect their seller. And so when they see a pre-approval letter from lender A, lender B, and lender C, they're going to make sure that they go with the sure thing. And so it's really important that as a consumer that's shopping for a mortgage, that you choose a company that has very, very efficient and very skilled people that are doing the loan. The second part is the process itself. Closing on time is super, super important. You know, here in Shasta County, a 30-day escrow is typical. If you close outside of that contractual date, you could see the seller charge you a per diem. In extreme cases, the seller could back out of the deal and go with another offer, and I've seen that happen before. So it's really important that you go with a company that has, you know, gives you the confidence that you know they're going to close the loan on time or early if possible. And the last part is the products. You know, as a company in a city like Redding, I would say anywhere in California, you really want to make sure that you're working with a company that's telling you everything there is, and they're basically showing you all the products that are available to you. You know, a 30-year fixed mortgage, for example, may not be the best thing. If it's someone that's buying a home they're going to be in for a long time, they might want to look at a shorter term. If they're looking at purchasing a distressed property, maybe they want to look at a renovation loan. And then there's loans for veterans and so many other products out there. So making sure that you're selecting a company that not only has all the products to offer you as a consumer, but educates you on the pros and the cons of the different products is really, really important. And I just want to end this with telling you guys a story. And this is one of many stories I can tell you. This week we had a client call us back. She actually called us about 2 to 3 months ago, and she decided to go to work with her bank that she banked with out of just convenience of it being the same bank that she worked with. She called us back about 3 weeks later. The appraisal still hasn't been done. She can't get a hold of her loan officer. The voicemail is always full. And she was literally in tears because she was concerned that the seller was possibly going to cancel the deal on them. And so we were able to not only get the appraisal ordered quickly, we're going to have it done in a couple days, but we're also able to get her loan approved within 24 hours. We're going to close that loan within about 2 weeks. And this isn't something to brag, it's just a common story that we see when people kind of take the bait, is what I call it, and go with some of these big online brands that have these heavy advertising budgets, or some of these local banks that say they can do things that oftentimes, unfortunately, they're just not able to do yet. That could change in the future if the lending industry gets easier, but right now, with it being somewhat difficult, tons of documents to get through to get a loan closed, it's still very important that you guys select a company that has the right people, the right process, and the right products. So thank you guys for checking out this month's market update. If you have any questions on anything, as always, you can give me a call or just reply to this email, and hope you have a great day.